What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a recap of the season 14, part 2 of the reunion for Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby. So without further ado, honey, let's get off into it. First off, I want to say this, and this is just what I noticed, and put your comments, guys, in the comment section if you agree. Andy did not hold Kenya responsible at all in this reunion. At all. Like, when it was time to get on the funny, finicky shit that Kenya did, which is like hanging up on Sonya, it was kind of like it was addressed and then he moved right on. Okay? He just kept moving like right on along. I did not like that because I remember when Nene used to be on this show, he stayed on Nene's ass. He kept his gun cocked at Miss Nene Fairlease, honey, and that is not right, okay? I really respected Sonya speaking out as it pertains to Marlo, because I noticed that Kenya and Candy was on a high horse this whole reunion, trying to say how horrible Marlo is, especially for what she did to her nephews. And I really love that Sonya said that that wasn't her experience with Marlo, and Marlo has been a good friend to her. Marlo said that Sonya even checks in on her and says, well, why did you say that to Candy? Or why did you do that to Kenya? And Marlo says she likes that. So I love Marlo and Sonya's relationship. Marlo, girl, don't fuck that up. Sonya is a real one. I really loved her energy, you guys, this reunion, especially this part 2. Hopefully, Sonya comes back to the show. She is needed. She actually has a husband. And she actually has a storyline. They're going to be working on a second baby. And, you know, I just feel like Sonya is good for the show. Kenya and Candy can go. Okay? I am over them. I did not believe Kenya when she said she got all these men trying to date her. Don't believe it. Don't think you're going to end up with anybody. Your energy is bad. They kept trying to say, well, this season, you know, Kenya's energy was so good. It seemed like it started out like that. I even was trying to wipe the slate of Kenya's, you know, for this season. And she got back on my shit list because all that running from Marlo and talking shit to her and being dismissive. Marlo even brought that up on this part 2. And that shit is disrespectful, Kenya, and you is out of line for that. You was out of line. I didn't like how Kenya tried to bring up Marlo's so-called real name. Bitch, why you so invested? You swear you can't stand her. And Marlo actually produced her receipt that, you know, Kenya is lying. My name is Marlo Patrice Hampton, and that's what it says. So I guess the LaToya Hutchison was probably a fake name, or I guess Marlo's friend's name or something. Maybe she used that. But Kenya, you didn't even have your receipts together on that. And she kept trying to make Marlo look bad. And to me, she ended up looking worse. I know you all is rolling your eyes and sucking your damn teeth, because unless I'm not, you know, kissing Kenya Moore's ass every 5 seconds, you know, like if you don't do that, I hope you guys notice a lot of people ain't gonna watch a Real Housewives of Atlanta review. They won't. Like, if you don't have the popular opinion on these type of shows, people will not watch your review. They won't even give it a chance. And I'm not here for that. Kenya is whack as fuck to me, period. You sitting up here talking about you still not divorced from Mark. You don't know what he wants. Y'all still waiting to go to trial. All of it is like, we're tired, we're done, we're delayed. That storyline is through. Bitch, Nene and Greg got what? Remarried. No, they got divorced and remarried all in the time that it took for you and Mark to get this damn divorce. So how is they able to get all of that accomplished, but you and Mark can't get that accomplished? I'm doubting if y'all really married. Like, where is the receipts? Where is the marriage certificate at this point? It just sounds like a whole bunch of crock of shit at this point. The guy, Anthony, ended up being on Sheree's side versus Drew. We caught him saying that Sheree don't like to pay people and she always owe people, but he flipped that shit right on around and was like, no, Sheree, you don't owe me no money. No, Sheree, I ain't never been your assistant. I still didn't understand why would she put somebody in her phone as her assistant and they really wasn't, but she says that's how she remembers people, so I don't know about that. Anthony is a big ass liar, because he said, oh, I don't remember calling Ralph gay. Whenever a person say they claim they don't remember, that means your ass said it, and child, you didn't got caught in a lie and you don't want to be called out. You called that man gay. So Anthony just looked like he's friends with, wherever the wind blows. The wind blow this way, he'll be Sheree's friend. Wind blow this way, he's Drew's friend. He's one of them, okay? And I ain't got time. And even Andy had to hang up with him like, nigga, you full of shit. Martell calling Sheree at the reunion was a whole bunch of first floor setup bullshit. I'm so sick of they fake Planet Fitness ass relationship. I'm over it. Andy got to talking to him and he's so fine, and you got Kenya. I heard that D was a 10 out of 10. Why are y'all putting this raggedy ass, lying ass, cheating ass narcissist on a pedestal? Why are we doing that? Why are we giving him attention? Basically giving him narcissistic supply. Like, what's going on? And Sheree, when this relationship with Martell, when it ends up sinking like the damn Titanic, bitch, I don't want to hear nothing from you. I don't want to see no tears, nothing. Okay? Because you knew this man wasn't about shit. Okay? Another thing that really pissed me off, let's get back to Kenya and Candy and this whole thing with Marlo's nephews. And Andy was playing into it too, and it was just really pissing me off. Well, Marlo, you knew that if you knew with all the stuff you've been through in the foster care system, putting them boys out, that would trigger them. You've been in their situation before. How could you? Didn't she say multiple times she needed to reset? She also mentioned she had never took any parenting classes to deal with the boys. Like, she went from being just their auntie, spending money, buying them pizza, and then now she's their new parent. It is an adjustment. And for Candy and Kenya and Andy, it just, oh my God, you guys, I was screaming at the TV. It really pissed me off. I got some cousins that was brought up in foster care. They are not easy people to deal with. We have to quit with this narrative of somebody grew up in foster care, somebody's mother or father was out on drugs, or they're alcoholic. We are just supposed to have all this sympathy and empathy for them. No, that's not how it goes. Those boys were stressing her the hell out. Okay, yeah, but she agreed to be their parent. It does not matter. Did she send them back to the fucking system? No. Okay? Did she send them to live with her sister for a little bit? Yes. Okay, the sister could have said no. But the sister said yes because I believe she had empathy for Marlo's situation. Okay, so y'all gotta quit with this notion of, yeah, but just feel sorry for the boys, and especially Candy. Candy gets on my last freaking nerve because Candy allows her family to run amok. Okay, she has allowed Mama Joyce to treat Todd like shit throughout the years. She has not ever really held her mother accountable or responsible for her actions towards her husband. Okay? She allowed her mother to call that man a lemon. Yeah, she got a lemon and made lemonade and basically saying Todd ain't about shit. Okay, so like Candy, just because you put up with a lot of abuse and disrespect from your mother, that don't mean that everybody is going to be like you when it comes to family. And I tell y'all all the time, it don't matter how young somebody is or how old, don't allow nobody to disrespect you. She needed to humble those boys because they got caught up with that lifestyle. Like, oh yeah, we over here with auntie. I know. I have the foster home coming up cousins. I know how they act. They're not the nicest. They're not the most respectful. Okay, they do take shit for granted. They do have an air of entitlement. As a matter of fact, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, I told y'all about the family member that ruined my daughter's party by inviting herself to a party she was not invited to. The bitch comes from the foster care system. Okay? You don't do stuff like that. I had to explain to another family member because she ran and tried to, throw all this salt on my name and Brandy's so mean, she's so evil. I had to straighten that damn family member out and say, guess what? Guess who party it was? It was for my daughter. It ain't about what this bitch want. And then the bitch was uninvited and invited more kids. I mean, only on the first floor. I would never do something like that to somebody. So when you dealing with these ghetto, entitled, foster home coming up people, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people is not going to like this video, but the truth is the truth, goddammit. We gonna tell the truth today and shame the devil. Okay? You are not entitled to disrespect people and there ain't gonna be no consequences or repercussions. Okay? That's not cool. So y'all gotta quit with that. And Kenya was playing on that and the way she did those boys. And Kenya, I'm gonna say this. You bring your ass back season 15. I hope Marlo drags your ass for filth. Because the way you was sitting up there being nasty to Marlo, still calling her a whore. You have never stopped calling her a whore, but yet you want to bring up what she said about your mom. Okay, you pick and choose what you hold on to. You can move on from what she said about your mom. But no, you want to play the damn victim, and y'all allow this bitch to constantly play the victim. And it's so irritating. This whole reunion, I was rolling my eyes and sucking my teeth because Andy did not hold her responsible for shit. When I tell you he moved on so quickly and professionally, next. Why do y'all have a part 3 to this stupid reunion anyways? Why? We could have got all this shit squared out in part 1. I didn't like how Andy didn't hold Kenya to a standard with her being late. I didn't like constantly in Jamaica. I did not like that at all. She was wrong. She didn't even acknowledge or apologize for hanging up on Sonya while they was out in Jamaica. No, not when they was out, but before they went to Jamaica. She didn't apologize. Nope, I would have still did the same thing. Girl, But yet it's Marlo that has to be so apologetic. And Marlo, you better get that inner Nene Leakes within you. By all means, do what you need to do, boo, to keep your job. But one thing I miss about Nene is there ain't another housewife like her. Because she didn't give a fuck about Andy and his feelings. I feel like all these bitches on here is scary. It's like they are, well, let me answer it the right way. And I understand why Marlo feels like that because it took her so long to get her peach. But Marlo, you is there and he just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, well. Stop trying to kiss up on Andy's ass. Nene never did that shit. She was sick of talking about something, she ain't answer it. She'll sit up there and pay Kenya ass dust. And I used to love that shit. Pay Candy dust. Okay? When she get their ass together, she get their ass together. But yeah, all of this like kissing up to Andy shit that I was not here for it. That ain't no real housewives reunion in my opinion. Drew, you need to get your shit together. You are over there with a narcissist, and then well, I didn't know, that Ralph, he be gaslighting me. Yeah. You looked up the definition. You saw his behavior. You need to be running up out that marriage. Period. Your husband is no good. I don't care how good he looks. Okay? Just because somebody look good to you don't mean that they are good for you. Okay? Now, how you doing? And then Marlo mentioned how Drew would cry, and run to Marlo and call her up and, talking about Ralph. Like, what is the point of that, sis? You need to be getting up out that marriage. It's not healthy. Marriage should not be that damn hard. Marlo mentioned something about not feeling acknowledged by Kenya. Kenya don't ever give her no props or compliments. Marlo, you don't need any acknowledgement from Kenya. None. She didn't get it from her mother. She's not going to give it to you. I told you all, I will keep reiterating, Kenya Moore treats people the way that her mother treats her. As far as her being dismissive, that's why she hung that phone up on Sonya. Sonya actually apologized to her and let it be known that, she had no malicious intent when inviting Kenya on the Jamaica trip, and even letting her know, well, you could bring a +1. And she mentioned, yeah, I did keep saying, this is for the couples when I was talking to you. And I think with Sheree and some other people, she mentioned, y'all can bring a +1. So, Sonya, baby, you ain't got to clear none of that up. That bitch is bothered that she don't got a man. And she said it when they rolled that beautiful bean footage of her getting mad at Ross. Well, I don't have nobody to take up for me. You will never have that until you get the right energy. Everybody kept saying, oh, she's just so different this season. No, you still the same bitch. Shout out to Tammy Roman. Remember, she said that about Evelyn. You still the same bitch. I thought I was going to see a new bitch, but you still on that same shit. That same stagnant shit. And can you do better? Okay? Do better. She talking about she's doing some dating with, I guess, other couples, going out. Andy asks, is she in a throuple? Like I said, don't really believe it. Don't think we will see it. Marlo made a very good point about Kenya as it pertains to, well, at least my stories are real, because Kenya tried to make it look like, well, Marlo exploits her mother and her mother is on drugs and was in jail. Bitch, that's her storyline. And you don't know nothing about that because you don't fucking have one. When I tell you I was screaming at the TV like, are you serious? You don't have anything. I love storylines like Marlo because I feel like that shit is so relatable. Okay, the mother on drugs or alcoholic. The only thing I'm not in favor of is Marlo trying to have that lady in her life. But that's a part of her life. Her nephews. Well, she exploited them and she treats them so bad. And y'all need to quit. That lady took a break to reset herself. I'm somebody's mother. And damn it, I be needing to reset myself. Because guess what? When you're raising children, whether you're raising your own child or somebody else's child, you are no good to that child if you don't have you together. And you got to do what you got to do to mentally, spiritually, and emotionally get yourself together. So her and Kenya and Candy, they was pissing me off. Like they didn't understand that. Even Andy, ugh. I love that Marlo admitted to using Kenya's hair care product on her edges. Kenya once again threw shade. Oh, well, they still could come in a little bit better because I think they mentioned something about a hair transplant. You stay throwing shade. And then it seemed like when she comes at you, you are this victim. And why she keep coming at me? You keep saying stuff. Okay, and I'm upset with Marlo that Marlo was not reading this bitch the way that she used to in the past. Marlo used to drag Kenya at these reunions, and it was so good. And that's why Kenya cannot stand Marlo, because she know Marlo got her damn number. But season 15, honey, it's coming, because I saw Marlo get upset towards the end. Like, girl, you better stop lying on me. She got pissed off. She even told Andy to hold up before he moved to the next topic, honey. Let me get her together real quick. Stop lying on me, okay? Stop acting like you know everything about me. Because she tried to bring up the fact that Marlo slashed somebody's face. See, she keeps saying all this stuff, and you can see Andy's eyes getting all big and excited. Like, Andy should know all of this stuff. This stuff really should be public record. Marlo said all her arrests and stuff is all over the internet, and you sitting up here trying to make this woman look bad. You look stupid with your storyline having ass. Ugh. Child. And I'm disappointed in Kenya because I really thought that this year, okay, my reviews, they could be a little different. Okay, I'm going to like Kenya this season. And it was more of the same. Okay? More of the same. So Ralph didn't play on the Rutgers team. He was red-shirted. Okay, child. They don't want that narcissist on that team. And Sheree, what you rolling your eyes at? Okay, I think Sheree was rolling her eyes at Kenya when Drew mentioned her husband's body or something. What you trying to say, Sheree? He don't look that good? What you trying to say? You over there with a narcissist too, though, Sheree. So you can't say nothing about Drew and her man. Kenya begins crying when she talks about Dancing with the Stars, and she always wanted to dance for her grandmother. That's pretty much all I have to say about that, you guys. I was not moved or touched. I was disgusted at the part where Kenya did not admit or acknowledge that she is always using Mark and Brooklyn as an excuse for her bad behavior. I was disgusted with that because whatever you don't admit to or acknowledge, whatever you don't tell the truth about, you will keep doing. And the fact that Andy didn't really hold her accountable and just moved on, I was pissed off. I was over it. Well, no, I don't do that. And Sonya, I told you all I had been through when I'm over here rolling my eyes and sucking my damn teeth. Girl, we done all been through some shit with a messed up man. You chose to marry that man real quick. Okay? When you really should have got his sperm, had that baby, and been on your way. Y'all never had a marriage. Marriage means you two live together. How the hell you think you was going to be married to him and y'all living in two separate states? Make that make sense. You keep saying Marlo is a fraud and she's a phony, but your storylines are phony. I got a video coming up where I will talk about Kenya Moore's marriage to Mark Daly and how she never had a chance with him or any of the other girls thinking that her marriage is real, and because she keeps perpetuating the narrative of she got to pay people to be her man by how she bring people on the show. She did it with Walter. They didn't really look like a real couple. With Mark, they didn't really seem like they were really into each other. The only person I will give Kenya partial credit for, look, partial, is Matt. Matt kind of seemed like he really was into Kenya before he started acting crazy. But other than that, girl, all these relationships, you had to beg and borrow to get them. You did. And we'll talk about it in that video. But yeah, girl, goodbye, Kenya. Good night. You and Candy. Kenya mentioned that her grandmother whooped that ass when she hung up on her. And I'm looking like, Sonya, that's what you should have did. Sonya was like, should I have did that? And then I thought that it was funny that Kenya mentioned to Andy, it sounds like you be asking some of these questions, not these other people. She said it in that type of way. I thought that was funny because for years, people have said that about Andy Cohen, that he ain't getting them questions, honey, from people from other states. Okay, from fans of the show. Okay, those are the questions he wants to ask. And I believe some of that. I don't understand why Kenya kind of got mad. Well, I guess she, was laughing about it, but she gonna come at Sheree like, well, why did you warn Sonya about me? Because you do act aggressive. There's that word that you accuse Ross of being. Okay, you do act nasty. And you were wrong to say that woman's husband was acting aggressive when really he was just trying to get you together and not even necessarily you. And Sonya mentioned that. He wasn't talking to just Kenya, okay? He knew that she was tired. She had lost her phone. She had been through a lot. And here y'all, petty bras, y'all keep talking about, oh, well, you could have called us. Even Andy, he was just like, why is it a big deal that y'all didn't go to the damn iFit event? Well, I really wanted to go. Here go, Kenya. I really wanted to go, and I didn't want her to think I was letting her down. She didn't think you was letting her down. Like, your response to stuff, it don't even make sense. Because she gave you a choice. You can either go to the iFit event or get on the boat. Y'all ended up getting on the boat anyways, because I believe that's what y'all really wanted to do. Okay, so, girl, goodbye. You started that BS with Sonya because you didn't have no damn storyline. Did y'all hear Sheree say she couldn't confirm or deny Hook-Headed's peen and his sex? Who cares about how good his sex is if he's a damn narcissist? Like, I hate that we live in a society where we keep putting these narcissists on a pedestal. We keep giving them more money, more opportunities. Him calling like that, you guys, like I already said, that shit was a setup. Okay, like him and Sheree is clout chasing from the first floor. Andy said that guy that Kenya was with in Jamaica disappeared, and Kenya said he actually did go to the bathroom and he came back. Andy said that he thinks Kenya met up with that man later on that night. She denied that. I don't think she did that. I don't, for some reason, and I could be wrong, guys, but I don't think that Kenya Moore wants to be married. I think she only really takes relationships seriously as it pertains to this show. I think her personal life will get much more authentic once she leaves the show. But as long as she's on here, she gonna keep playing these Lifetime movie character games. And honey, Miss Robinson is tired of it. Kenya says she feels like Ross is a good guy, Sonya's husband. She feels like he's very calm-natured. He barely says 2 words. Okay, so you feel like that at the reunion, but when you was out in Jamaica, you kept complaining about him being so aggressive. So it looked like that was a lie and used for your storyline because you didn't have one. Nobody confessed to the statement of Candy sucking dick in the locker room. And it was so funny that they played that clip of Sheree saying that. And, Candy was like looking at Sheree crazy. Like, bitch, I know you ain't talking. But she got on Sheree. She was like, and I can say that you done sucked dick in a whole bunch of places too. Here goes Sheree. Yeah, I mean, I have. I'm like, come on, y'all. And admit the truth. Y'all be out here sucking dick. Okay, we see each other. Just not in the locker room, honey, okay? Who do y'all think made that statement about Candy sucking that peen, honey, in the locker room? Put it down in the comments. Kenya act like she was going to take credit for that, like responsibility. She turned toward Candy and then was like, no, I'm just playing. Girl, stop playing with us, okay? And stop calling yourself the moment when you know damn well you didn't have no damn storyline. Sonya says that being a housewife is a lot harder than being an Olympian. I was like, wow. She was like, yeah, honey, okay. It's hard, honey, keeping up with these heifers. Sonya talked about the reason why now, she's decided to have a second baby with her husband, and basically she feels seen and heard by him. And that's what she said on the show. So now, they are actively trying to create their second child. Andy gets on Drew about basically giving Sonya the advice about just have the baby for your husband. Just do that for him. I don't know why anybody would get any type of marriage advice from Drew. Her ass is over there with a narcissist and needs to run as fast as she can, okay, away from the man that she's with. You can't just do things in a marriage for your man. Yes, you may have to come to a compromise, but in my opinion, it is ultimately Sonya's decision because it's her body. But Drew kept trying to say, yeah, but the man can't have the baby. And girl, shut up. Okay? You don't do something just because a man that you married wants you to do it. No. Okay, so I don't even know why Drew was even in that type of conversation, because she don't know what it feels like to even really speak up for herself. She just now figuring out that her man be gaslighting her. Okay, what's next, Drew? You didn't know he was a narcissist? Andy brings up Kenya and Marlo's package of them getting into it this season, and he basically, gets their opinion on why are they always into it. Andy really pissed me off when he brought up what Marlo said about Kenya's mom season 9. Like, why are we doing that? Because if we go back, let's go back into time as far as Kenya flirting with Apollo, okay? And I know when Portia comes back to this show, she gonna be all on Portia about Simon. Did y'all watch that interview Fallon did? I thought that was a pretty good interview she did with DJ Richie Sky. I'm Team Fallon, honey, okay? I am Team Fallon. Marlo says that Kenya has always used her. I agree. Kenya is the type of person where she triangulates. Nobody talks about it. I'ma talk about it. She did that with Phaedra and Apollo's marriage. She did that with Cynthia and Nene's friendship. She kind of really wanted to get good with Cynthia and, try to get in the middle of Cynthia and Nene's friendship. Now she ain't really all that cool with Cynthia because guess what? And it's kind of how a narcissist is. Like most narcissists, you guys, they only want you if you're with somebody else. If they can win, W-I-N-U, okay? And so now there's no more challenge. There's, no more adversity to go through. It's like, it's easy now. I'm done with you. That's really how it looks like to me. I do see Kenya as having some narcissistic tendencies. A lot of people do not bring that up. I thought it was very interesting, this whole reunion. She kept trying to bring up how nasty Marlo is, but Kenya, you keep neglecting the fact that you was on here trying to bully Kim Fields, okay? TV's Tootie. You pulled out her chair while she was still sitting down. You almost ruined Cynthia's proposal with Mike Hill. You was almost about to ruin Cynthia and Peter's renewing of their vows. What was that, in Anguilla? Because you was getting ready to mess up that surprise again. I'm going to find that clip and play it. Like, y'all act like Kenya Moore is Mother Teresa, especially after she had Brooklyn. It's like she can't do no wrong. Don't nobody hold her accountable. All I've seen this whole reunion, everybody want to hold Marlo accountable. And she's so horrible and she's so terrible. And she came out of the foster care system. And she's this and she, like, y'all got to quit with that. Like, I'm open to have objective conversations about these housewives, but I'm not here for the, yeah, I'm just 100% on Kenya's side and Marlo's so horrible. And no, Because Kenya did a whole bunch of shit. Okay? And Kenya also mentioned that Marlo has tried to destroy every woman on the show. You did the same thing. You called Portia stupid when she was over there married to Cordell. Now, what's very interesting is the same woman that you criticized for being married to Cordell, you turned into when you was over there with Mark, because you criticized the hell out of Portia for being all that submissive to Cordell, but you was a damn doormat over there with Mark, and then want to say he's gaslighting you and abusing you emotionally. Girl, goodbye. Goodbye. Kenya, you also kept texting Apollo after Phaedra told you to stop. So, yeah, you've been nothing but inappropriate, disrespectful. I know. Some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth. But the truth is the truth. And the truth needs no proof, okay? Marlo mentioned that Kenya didn't want her to be Portia's friend. I believe it. Kenya has always been jealous of Portia. I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, no, she ain't, and she's so pretty, and she ain't got a reason to. She has always been jealous of Portia. When Portia come back, she's gonna be jealous again. She will be. Portia, regardless of what she did with Simon, okay, we're gonna put that to the side because I'm still not in agreement with that. Portia has great energy. Even that lady, Tamara Cherie, she said some nice things about Portia. Because Tamara Cherie was working on Dish Nation with Portia. She said Portia was the most helpful out of all of them. Very nice and kind to her. And I believe it. So I'm not, here for all of what Portia do. But I do feel like she's a lot nicer than Kenya. She has not did all the nasty things that Kenya has did over the years. Now, she just recently did what she did with the Simon situation. Like I said, I'm not here to support that. But I can vouch for what I've seen on this show through the years. And, Portia, for the most part, seems to be a good person. And as far as any of y'all saying, well, Portia is a liar, Kenya didn't lie too. Marlo called her out on that. Okay? She does lie. She tried, and that's why, don't y'all ever realize, like, damn, why wasn't the cameras there when her and Mark got married? Like I always tell y'all, and I got that video coming out, like, if you don't have anything to hide, you would hide nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that was suspicious to me. So, This woman has everything to say about everybody's relationships, but when it comes to her, she want to hide them and be so private. Girl, bye. This is a reality show. I'm glad Marlo told her ass that, and you always trying to hide stuff and make stuff look a certain way. Drew tried to get in on that with Marlo. Oh, you said you had an issue with me, Marlo, because I was friends with Portia too. Drew, I don't even care about you, girl, because I see how you moving. Okay, you hustling backwards too. Another thing that pissed me off was nobody really held Kenya accountable for what she said about Marlo. Remember, Marlo got robbed. They got into that whole thing with her and the boys. And Kenya was like, yeah, but we was on a group chat and she could have gave us more information. The police told her, idiot, not to share all of that information. Now, when Kenya got her ass on here, she was, yeah, but we all care about Marlo and the boy. Girl, shut up. Give a damn about no Marlo. You only want to use her when you get your punk ass to these reunions. You did the same shit with Nene season 12. All of a sudden, Nene's name is all up in your mouth. But meanwhile, when the season was going, you couldn't have a chat with Nene and try to clear up things and move forward. You wasn't interested in doing that. So I would pay that bitch dust at the reunion. You didn't say shit to me hardly and was running away from me during the season. Bitch, you're dead. Okay, and you ain't got to wait on the Lord to call you home. I'll call you home a lot quicker than he ever could. Okay, how you doing? I don't like that fake ass shit. I'm gonna say this. I do feel like Kenya and Marlo has a lot of similarities. Just like one of the fans said, I guess in their whole question to Kenya and Marlo, like both of you all were rejected basically by your parents, and that's why both of you all disrespect each other. I mean, some of that I feel is true. Okay, you tend to act out whatever you've been through, right? It's called childhood trauma. But I feel like with Kenya, she tries to act like she is so much better than Marlo. She is just, I don't know, there's a lack of self-awareness. There's a lack of accountability. So in my opinion, it's just like she don't admit to anything. And child, Marlo, girl, I would be done with Miss Kenya Moore. But honey, that's all I got for y'all on this here second recap, honey, of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 2. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.